Hello everyone, welcome back to another video in the channel Charles More. Please be sure to comment, like, and subscribe to the channel Charles More. Please remember to keep the comment Jason 957. If you're not subscribed to the channel Charles More, please hit that bell notification to get notifications when the channel receives uploads. We're talking about the scientifics of why Donald J. Trump is behaving like. What is wrong with Donald J. Trump's brain? I want to say, first off, that post on Truth Social, well, that's obviously what set people off. Obviously, he's not able to think about other people. Okay, why would he not care about other people? Well, he's always been like this at the beginning. He's always been like that. Because why else would it be that way? Why would he not be able to think about other people? He's always been like this at the beginning. Okay, and you gotta remember, Donald J. Trump only cares about himself. That's what it is. That's what it is. That's why Donald J. Trump doesn't care about anybody else. He only just cares about billionaires like himself. Alright, he obviously just, he messed up. He's not a proper leader of the United States. Why do you even expect this man to be a proper leader of the United States? Ever since he got into second term, he hasn't been a proper leader of the United States. He's gotten much worse than he was compared to his first term. So why did you MAGA voters just vote for him in the first place? Well, you probably weren't thinking ahead. That's what. And I'll tell you what, when you actually ignore the facts about what is wrong with ignore the facts about what is wrong with somebody else's head, then they obviously just don't have, they're not fit to be running for office again. What America needs is a proper leader, not this. America doesn't have room for stupidity. Okay? America wants a proper leader. Alright? Whenever there's something stupid that goes on with Trump's head, something crazy, or whatever, when he found that AI image of himself in Jesus' robe, praying for a dead Jon Stewart, what it looks like, and his family relatives gathered around him, Trump took that as an opportunity to make himself look better than everybody else, to make himself look like he was God, and take credit for the whole thing. And the image itself got major backlash pretty quickly. Yeah. Got major backlash pretty quickly. And you know what? Donald J. Trump didn't even think twice about this. He did not think twice about it. It was all an effort to make himself feel good. And he didn't expect it to turn out this way. He never expected this to turn out to be that he was blaspheming against God. Alright. Alright. He did not plan any of this. Alright. And why? I'll tell you why. He didn't plan any of this. He didn't think it would go this way. Because he's always just thinking about himself. That's what he's doing. That's what he does. That's what he does. And he is always going to be thinking about himself all the time. Alright? And he wanted to make himself feel good. Turns out that's not what he was doing. And instead, he caused himself more chaos. He made himself look like a fool. He made himself look like an idiot. And he's basically he has shown off his true colors. Alright? Okay? So, Trump living the rest of his messed up life. He's obviously not fit for being president of the United States. I think that he was trying to use this advantage of the Iran war to take credit for everything. Donald J. Trump probably found this as an opportunity to make himself look like he was better than everybody else. And tried to make himself look like he was the most powerful person. So, what happened? He's ruining his future, that's what he's doing. He can go back to jail or prison and New York City, get into his prisoner outfit, because he's going to say bye-bye to his president edition or position, and he can just kiss he can kiss the rest of his presidential career goodbye, because he'll never have another one. That you gotta remember, he's a crazy, idiotic psychopath, that's what. Imagine if Vivek Ramaswamy were like this. Imagine if we had somebody that was stupid, like imagine if we had somebody that was just, equally as stupid as Donald J. Trump. Alright, just imagine. I couldn't picture anything more. Alright, I don't know why. I don't know why Donald J. Trump is this way that he is. But I will say his his stupidness is actually is pretty much just catching up to him. That's what it is. It's catching up to him, and it's catching up to him fast. The question is, are we going to take more of this? That's the question. Are we going to take more of this? How much more can America even take of Donald J. Trump's stupidiousness? How much more are we going to even take of this? That's the question. That's the question I wanted to ask myself. Alright, how long are we going to vote for somebody so stupid to be the next leader, or to continue being the leader in the United States up 2020? Alright, is America going to take this even more after what he pulled? You know, I happen to think that I don't think so. I just don't think America will be taking more of this. Because I just don't think he's a proper leader of the United States. He obviously was a bad choice for America to begin with. So I have to say that, yeah, way to go to those people who voted for Donald J. Trump in 2024. Way to go to those idiots that vote for Donald J. Trump in 2024. Look at what you did. You brought back the stupid man that was elected since 2016, and his first term ended in 2021, in the beginning of January, and we had 4 years of Joe Biden after that, and now you brought the same stupid man that ran in 2016 with more of a stupid head. The President of the United States just isn't really... You know what? If I were on that debate, you know, if I were voting for somebody and I felt that there were something wrong with someone's head and that stuff, you know what? I wouldn't even vote for them anyway. You know why? Because their brain is not, you know, it's preventing them from acting like a normal person. That's the whole thing. That's the whole point there. All right. I just gotta say it like it is, Sometimes you can't fix stupid. Sometimes you can just, when stupid just comes in and ruins the country, you kind of have to just put up with it anyway. You have to say, alright, it's time for stupid to go. Alright, stupid just can't be a proper leader of the United States. He needs to go. That's what people need to actually understand here. And that's what's going on here. That's what's going on here. America, it's just had enough of Trump's stupidness. Okay? So, yeah. And America is going to keep on what? Electing Donald J. Trump to stay in office. I would say the people would be sick and tired of him at this point. Alright, there is enough of Donald J. Trump. We've had enough with Donald J. Trump. I think America has actually had enough with Donald J. Trump. Alright? Wouldn't you agree? Wouldn't you think so? Yeah, you know what? I would obviously think so. I would think so. He claimed on that AI image that wasn't him as Jesus Christ. That was him just being a doctor. Oh yeah, was that what the image showed? It certainly does not look like that. It does not that. You know what I have to say right there? You're definitely lying and trying to cover the whole thing up and trying to make it look like something that it's not. Alright, we've all seen what it was. I mean, you could cover it up all you want. But it's not going to do you any good. When you deny and deny and deny, alright, be honest, a lie hurts more than the truth does. Now, if you just admitted that, yeah, I was the one that posted that photo on Truth Social. Yeah, I was the one that, yeah, I was the one that did it. Okay? Yeah. So? Yeah. Because I'm the one that posted it as me and Jesus Christ clothes. Yeah, I admit it. Yeah. That's what you would have done. That's just me being in Trump's shoes. Right there. Alright, that's what I would have done. That's what I would have done. Right there. Alright? Yeah. And you know why I would have admitted that? Because then I would have just admitted to doing wrong. And it would make me feel very, very good inside. Alright? A lie is never good. It's never good. It doesn't do you any good to lie. But this is Donald J. Trump. And so Donald J. Trump always likes making himself feel better. So, obviously, well, there you go. Obviously, Donald J. Trump is a stupid human being. And he always will be. You can't fix stupid in this world. Nobody can. So I'd obviously would have that choice before you actually put that post on True Social. I would obviously thought that twice. I would stop caring for myself and start caring about what other people think. Okay? I obviously would start caring about others. That's what a proper leader does. And Donald J. Trump is just incapable of doing so. Whatever is crazy, whatever is an insane idea that gets into his head and that stuff, he's gonna do it anyway. He's gonna do it anyway because it makes himself look better, and other people may not be comfortable with the idea, but if you do just whatever he wants anyway, he obviously just has a way of just doing some crazy and insane things. That stuff. He loves to take credit for him. He likes to make himself look famous. He likes to make himself look popular. That's stuff. And it might, he's probably trying to make himself look like, hey, everybody, I'm your favorite guy, right? Right? We all have a good time, right? We all have a real good time with Donald J. Trump. We all have a good laugh together. We joke, we laugh. Isn't that what the President of the United States is supposed to do? Right? Wait a minute. Let's check. Being President of the United States, I'm sorry. We're not in a circus. Okay, we're not there to watch a circus performer. Alright. I said you got the wrong idea where you are. Right there. I can't tell you what it is. Okay? I mean, obviously, you're President of the United States. You're not a circus. You're not performing, and, we're just, You're there to be a proper leader of the United States. So, if I were you, I would stop behaving like the pathetic idiot you are. And I would actually start taking I would start taking the job pretty seriously. I would actually start taking things pretty seriously here. Alright, because that's what America wants. Not some kind of fake leader. Not some kind of person in the United States that is obviously just going to be thinking about himself constantly. Not thinking about other people. Alright, you know what? I have to say that other people, they just know how to, they know how to act. They know how to be the proper leader of the United States. He or her. Alright. Alright. I think that most of the Republican Party is probably like circus performers. A circus party, as I've like to call Republicans. That's what it actually looks like. Okay? Because, you know, okay, I would stop trying to be a joke. Because that's literally what Donald J. Trump is. He's just a big joke for America. He's just a joke. He's just a joke for America. He really is. He really is. I don't even know how many times I have to say. He's not right for America here. He's not right. His brain is not able to function right. What would make you think he would care about other people? What would make you think that he ever would? He never will. You can't trust him. And stop pretending. Americans should stop pretending like, like all of a sudden he will start caring. No, it'd be insane. It would be insane if he said, "We had a good laugh tonight, right? That photo, we all had a good laugh tonight, right? Don't you agree with me? And that's the favorite president in the world? Yeah, you better believe it." that would, that would basically be like, well, I gotta admit, that would be delusional. That would be him not wanting to take responsibility for anything at all, but taking credit for being like a stupid, like doing something so stupid and not wanting to claim responsibility for anything, for his actions at all. So, yeah. It's just crazy. It's just crazy what the man of the United States does. It's crazy what the man of the United States does. I don't even know how much more stupid the man can really get. He obviously just, his brain doesn't function right anymore. Because as the older he gets, the more his brain is going to fail. The more he's going to make himself look like a real big clown and real big loser, because that's what he is. He's just a piece of trash. He's garbage for America. I think America has actually had enough of it. I just think, America, it's actually time to stop with having Donald J. Trump in office. We need to get this man impeached. And he can just kiss himself goodbye. This presidency was all about, he wanted to just find a way to escape the responsibility for the crimes that Letitia James had accused him of. All right. I just think that is so the case here. Okay? Yep. You gotta remember that. The man is stupid. And now he will be. He always is be. What could you expect more of Donald J. Trump? What good and Donald J. Trump is left? Because I don't know. I just don't know what left is there of Donald J. Trump that is good. There's nothing good of Donald J. Trump. You can't even expect anything good out of it. He's basically just done here in America. He's about to lose his freedom. he is about to be the most hated person in the United States. All right. All right. So you tell me. You see anything? You see anything good left in the sky? You see anything good? Cause I certainly don't. I don't. I see him being bad for America. That's what I see. That's what I see. I see him being the most evil person here in the United States. He's not good for America. He's like a disease for America. And I'm sorry. If you don't want to see it that way, this isn't healthy for America. Here, he needs to get out of the White House. He needs to pack it up, and he needs to just, he needs to head off to prison. That's what he needs to do. And he needs to get out of this country. He can lose his freedom. He can kiss it goodbye. Because he's not gonna have any. And I'm sure the next thing that's gonna happen you know, and he just can kiss his friend goodbye. I don't think, I just don't think, no, I just think America, it's just, it's time to say goodbye to Donald J. Trump. He's not fit for being a leader here in the United States. It's time to say goodbye to him, and it's about time to send. Because I'm actually just sick and tired of this. There's something wrong with his head. Really. And you know, come on. It's what it is. It's what it is. I can just tell you how annoying it is that we keep hearing on all of these news sources all the stupid things that are going on in the world. Alright? And I've said this many times, and I've said this, I'm going to say it again. He obviously just cares about himself. Obviously. It's obvious. It's very, very obvious. Without question. Without question. He's obviously got, you know, I don't think he takes his position very seriously. That's what I think. I don't know why. I don't know why. I don't know why. But it's obviously just a disease for America. He didn't want to do anything about COVID in the first place, and he is like COVID himself. That's what I have to say on that. Okay. He is basically, I have to say it like this. Alright? He's become like America's own disease that America just can't really seem to get rid of. Not even in, being the President of the United States. Alright? It's just very, stressful stuff. I don't even know much more of this in America we could actually even take. I don't even know what America is going to do about this. I don't even know how much more we can tolerate of this, and I just don't know. I just don't know. I've just had enough of this stupidness. I've had enough with, I've just had enough with all of it. I've had enough with all of it. It's about time that somebody actually gets this guy out of office. It's about somebody that says, hey, enough is enough. We want Donald J. Trump out of the White House. We want this idioticness to end. It's gotta end. And the only ones that are gonna keep this guy in office are the stupid people. The stupid Republicans. Alright? That want the disease and American leadership to stick around. And mark my words, he's just gonna get worse and worse. And I can guarantee you, if America wants to learn the hard way and watch this guy just get worse and worse and worse, to keep that disease and leadership to stick around, the true colors probably already been exposed, but the real Donald J. Trump and his real true colors are probably going to be shown in 2028 if America does not want to see this. I would get this guy out of office, and I would want him going to prison. Because that's the last thing that needs to happen here in America. It's the last thing. He has a messed up head. His brain is very, very screwed up. I'm sure psychiatrists have said that he's obviously unfit. Honestly, I believe that. Honestly, believe that. I believe he is very unfit. And all of America needs to recognize it. Because what is happening out here in American politics right now is basically all done to him being so unfit. He obviously has no idea what he's doing. And it's a disease in America that's just sticking around. And it's making this country, he's dividing this country. That's what he's doing. That's what he's doing. Science of Donald J. Trump's brain. Whatever is wrong with his brain, there's obviously something wrong with his head that's causing him to make these stupid, idiotic decisions. I don't even know if he had medication to take for any of this stuff, but I say his health was more important than the American president's seat position. I'd say his health wasn't much more important. Alright. But he wanted a second term in office. That's what he got. And what America is getting is a more stupid Donald J. Trump compared to when he ran in 2016. That's what you're getting. And America is learning the hard way. This is a very, very bad disease for America, and it needs to stop. I would get this guy out of the Oval Office. I would get him out of being President of the United States. I would rather see him attend these court trials and be sentenced to go into jail for the raping of Stormy Daniels and the money laundering cases. And I would like to see Donald J. Trump go to ruin. And I just want to say, for the fact that the AI image that was put up there on Truth Social and then was taken down by Donald J. Trump himself, I say that AI image of Donald J. Trump in Jesus' robe, I'd say this is blasphemy against God, and Donald J. Trump deserves to go to hell for this. It's time to stop pretending like this isn't a big deal, America. Donald J. Trump has gotten so worse in the head and that stuff. He has been a disease that's sticking around in America. And it's not good for America. It's not good to be watching this. And something needs to be done. Something needs to be done. The time to put an end to this, America, is now. You can make the decision to do this or not. Express your frustration of what's going on here in America. Stop pretending like this is not a big issue. Okay? And a lot of you are not seeing the big picture here. Donald J. Trump is a disease for America, and it needs to stop. Anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching. I hope you like what's said here. I hope you listen and pay attention to what I really have said in this video. I'm very, very sure that what I've actually said here is real helpful to know that we have a disease here in America. It's sticking around here in American politics, and it just needs, it's about time that we've gotten rid of this. And the disease is Donald J. Trump himself. Whether you Republicans want to recognize it or not, but this is what is going on. Alright? The man's brain has basically, he's reached the real biggest stage of stupidity. His real true colors are expressing that. Alright? Alright? I hope that you're recognizing this. I hope that you take everything that I said carefully and consider this. Because the disease in America, which is Donald J. Trump himself, needs to get out of the Oval Office, out of American politics, and he needs to just go to prison. It's the last thing that America should see. And watching Donald J. Trump being the real idiotic, loser, narcissist, psychopath that he is. Have a good day. I will see you on the next video.